Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm just like, you go. No, you go. No, you go. I'm like, okay.
And I have a cough attack. I'm like waiting there, all like big-eyed, waiting for you to start.
Like,
Welcome back, guys.
You come
Oh.
Welcome back to our last episode of 2022.
2022.
And we still don't know what we're doing. So thank
Still
you.
don't know what we're doing. Exactly. What was it like last week? Was it last week? Yeah, our email. I'm like, how did I still don't know our email.
That's
I
okay.
barely know what we are on for social media. But okay, this will be episode 28, I think.
I think so.
28?
I just double checked. Yes, 28.
Like, my gosh.
We've been doing this since July. Well, we have been doing this since July. Yeah.
We've been airing these episodes since July. Yeah. My God. But this has been like our little like baby since like what, May? I mean, before that, so. But like in actual proper.
Started.
Yeah. We've been chatting about it for years again, but like actually in motion recording probably since like beginning of June, end of May or whatever. But anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm like bittersweet with our first year, like not first year, but do you know what I mean? Like our first like calendar year being done, right?
Yeah.
Great.
It's crazy. Well, and what we did, we had briefly talked about last episode is we had posted a contest on our Instagram to give away one free reading, but we decided last minute, like, let's just do 2.
There's 2 in there for us. So we're like,
we were super excited to be able to gift those, and we get to do those in the new year here when everything works out for timing for everybody. And
yes, very excited. Yeah, I am like super pumped to do both of those readings. Yeah. Mostly because like, you know, like you kind of get your like preliminary feelers. It's like, ooh, you know, like I don't know, like when you think about our winners, do you get any like feelings? I know that sounds really strange, but do you know what I mean? Like I get implications as to like what we're going to be reading about, and like whether those are accurate or not. I'm like, oh, I don't know. But
well, and for me it's hard just because we're so lucky to know the majority of our followers. So the people that had submitted their entries, we've already known like a little bit about everybody.
We know snippets, which is like
so with the 2 people that won, it's hard for my ego to not be like, oh, we might be talking about this, but in actuality, maybe not.
Totally. Maybe not. I mean, you know them differently than I do. Like I know both of these people as well, but like in a completely different way than you do. Do you know what I mean? Like our one winner I met through you, but the other one, like I have my own complete relationship path with her, so it's like kind of interesting how that's gonna go. I'm excited.
Yeah. So like when those winners had come up, it was like gut feelings. That's just like, that's right.
Yeah, there's something there.
That's exactly what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So, but it's exciting. So we're hoping that people want us to do those more in the future. I'm not sure how often we'll do them, but it was just fun as like a quick little Christmas giveaway.
Totally. I think it'll be awesome. Honestly. Yeah. I'm like really looking forward to like stretching those muscles. Like I said, like it's, you know, we do it weekly, I suppose, but like I gotta start doing it more.
We don't do it as much. Like we do for our friends and family that we feel called to be like, to check in, to be like, hey, you doing okay? Can I fill a card for you?
Yeah, I know. I want to start doing some stuff here in Ireland. I'm like, my mother-in-law has been on me to do like a like not a group reading, but like a card reading night. Do you know what I mean? Where like she'd have people over and there'd be like, you know, tea or wine or whatever. I did.
You did do that here before, yeah. You're all smiles.
Oh yeah, duh! Oh my god, I forgot all about that. I don't even know if I talked about that on the podcast.
I remember that.
I know, because my life's been a whirlwind since I moved, Brittany. True. But no, before I left, I had a couple of girls. All Smiles, because I used to work at All Smiles for those. I was in dental.
In Saskatoon.
Y'all may not know that.
Jessica had lots of different jobs.
I've done all the things. I worked in orthodontics, not with my hands. In the patients. Yeah,
with my hand. I did the paperwork.
I did the paper, all paper and the greeting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I worked in ortho, I worked in dental, I worked in a bank, I worked in retail, I've worked in restaurants. I've done all the things. I've got many little caps. Anywho, so the gals at the one dental office, we wanted to get together, and it was so fucking awesome because we went to Black Fox Distillery. It wasn't Black Fox. It was
the
Crossmount in Saskatoon, or just outside of, and it was so funny because I mean, like, I love all these girls, and I'm like, I'll bring my cards. We'll see what like If you guys want to, we
Yeah.
can. And
Totally.
little did I know we'd be like sitting in like the middle of their patio, like in the middle of summer, right?
Yeah.
We're all eating food or whatever. And like this is a packed patio. Like there's like people everywhere. And like I'm
Yeah.
just reading cards. It's great. And like there's
Perfect.
5 other people there. It was 5. It doesn't matter, but it was great. It was so
Well,
funny. It was so
hopefully that gives you
random.
that boost to like do it then in Ireland.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And I mean, I think that would even be like, and you know, it comes back to like, yes, I know those gals. So it'd be like, you know, again,
But your
ego.
comfort level with those girls were like, oh, it's Jessica. Who cares? It's great. It's going to be
Exactly.
amazing.
Mhm.
Whereas with these ladies that your mother-in-law will bring in, will be all strangers, which will be exciting.
Exciting, but also like, yeah, anyways.
But they're not, but
yeah.
those people that are going to be drawn to that
Yeah.
are, you'd hope, won't be just skeptics where they're like, no.
Totally.
That's what, like, if you're a skeptic, that's cool, but like, fuck off.
Exactly.
Like, not to be like super rude, but like,
Yeah.
just get out of everybody else's way.
Yeah. Well, I spoke about that in Uncle Ian's 2nd episode. Yeah, when there was did you even listen to the episode?
Honestly, I couldn't because you were so wasted. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't that what about this? I know that's so I'm sorry if that offends people. As I drink wine now, believe me, it's on my manifestation
it wasn't
list.
because you were drunk. It was just like I was for myself. It was hard to follow. I was like, I wish I was there. I was like,
I know. And you know what? I think like okay, this is like maybe again, we're gonna get into the stuff that we want to change for the new year, but like when we do those solo episodes or when we do like our interviews, like I want them to be like this so that I can have a fucking conversation with you. But like I was in the same room with Uncle Ian and it was like my phone recording, and I'm like, because of the circumstances, I didn't bring my like laptop, you know, it was like I'll have my phone to like I know. But anyways, so it'll be better going forward anyways. But
we were talking about skeptics.
Yes. So in that episode, he was called to do like the sermon in his like at the church, his first time. Like he was not supposed to be, but the medium didn't show up. So then he was like very unexpectedly had to do it. Anyway, so there was another medium in the room who was like half cut, like drunk, and was like heckling him and like, oh, that's your opinion. Oh, that's, you know, so I'm like, oh. But again, it's like that's always, you know, so I think that's again our ego saying like, well, this is just what I've been told to say, or this is just what has to come out of my mouth, right? So it's not like I don't know. Anywho,
but that's again like that's what like there are some souls out there that no matter what will just always be negative, and that's just what their path is for whatever reason. Their karmic contract is not a good one.
Totally. Exactly. And that's fine. To them, you'll get yours. Anywho,
all happened.
So yes, other than that, end of year, we've made it.
We did it.
Yeah,
so what do you like to do on New Year's? What does New Year's look like for you?
You know, over the years, my New Year's has like obviously grown as like we've, you know, matured as people and our family's grown and, you know, whatever, and our circumstances have changed, obviously, right? So when it comes to what I used to want to do, I used to want to go out with friends or be with my friends in whatever capacity. And obviously, like, the last couple of years, it's been hard to do the big group of people. But you know, virtually
we do like those big Zoom calls.
Totally. Yeah. I think that would be fun to do. But what is going on this year? Anyways, this year we're keeping it pretty low key. I think we're gonna try and get into a restaurant for like an afternoon, like lunch kind of thing with like all of Ryan's family. And then I don't know what we're gonna do, but I think that's great. I don't have to like commit to doing anything with people so that I have time to do my witchy biz because I want to do that. So
totally no, and that's it. Like my what my New Year's typically looks like is I always focus on doing a vision board for the new year, and this year I'm going to because it's super low key, it's snowing like crazy in Saskatoon, so there's not a whole lot of options to like want to go out. So I'm gonna make one of my favorite things, which is ambrosia salad, which Jessica hates.
It's so bad.
It is so good, actually.
Just tell the people what's in it, Brittany, and then we should put out a poll. Who likes some ambrosia salad?
Ambrosia salad is like
umbrella sandwich. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Umbrella sandwich.
No, there's so many different names for like people call it 5-layer salad, people call it fruit salad.
I call it
marshmallow salad.
ambrosia.
Right. Right. And, Jessica, right. Right. And Jessica, okay. Anyway, so what's in there is marshmallows,
Sorry.
Greek yogurt, Cool Whip, and then pineapple chunks with maraschino cherries and oranges and coconut. And it's so good. It's my favorite. And I'm going to make a big bowl of it. I'm going to eat it all day because I can.
You can. You should.
Yeah,
if
I'm
that
going
fills
to.
your cup, then you should
Yes.
do that. I just
Yeah. And then I'm also going to make either wife saver or hash brown casserole. I'm not really sure yet. I'm going to make something else just to snack on throughout the day and keep it low key and work on my vision boards, manifest boards, which are right behind me.
I love that. That's
They
so
are
good.
needing to get torn apart. Torn apart. They need to be torn apart.
You sound
Torn
like
apart.
what's like very southern, about to get torn apart.
Exactly. Like that the cowboy with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Sam.
Anyway.
Yosemite Sam. Could be
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite. Isn't it Yosemite Sam?
Damn.
Sam.
Yes, they have to get taken all down of last year. And then I will focus on redoing them for the next year.
I love it. That's so good. So it's kind of like a checklist of like your last year's to your like. Yep. I love that, kind of a nice reflection time. But
that's exactly it. Reflecting on everything that you were able to do and accomplish and all the things that you wanted. Did they happen? Reflecting on the feelings of them happening and then putting out there, what do you want to manifest, bring into the new year?
Exactly. I fucking love that. I was gonna like jump into like kind of my plan for manifesting, but like, why don't we chat? We can chat about that first. Like,
either or, that's the same thing.
Okay, well, why don't I ask you a couple questions about your board? Your boards. So I know you've got a variety of sizes. I think I think we've talked about this in the past before, is like when it comes down to manifesting and like, you know, a vision board and like what it looks like and whatever. And it could be from like your phone background to like a poster on your goddamn wall. Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Also, I have a total side note. Do we want it now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this, sorry, I just thought of it now because I said swear. It wasn't, I said goddamn, but that's not even like, that's probably like the lightest thing I say. I tripped over a vacuum cord today.
Ouch.
And I said, wow, what the hell? And you know, and then what does my son say? What the hell? It's like laughed.
What hell?
No, he said, what the hell?
Oh,
he's 3. And I'm like, it's so funny. Like, so Ryan and I had a good laugh and we're like, yeah, what did you say, Colin? What the hell? What the hell? And I'm like, okay, you're not in school for another week, so we'll just stop saying it. But anyways, that was that anecdote. That's it. My son said, what the hell?
Sponge at this time. You're like, cool.
Little fucking shit.
It's gonna know all the words now.
Exactly. As I call him, a little fucking shit for saying what the hell. Anyways, I love his
face. Just kidding.
Oh no, believe me, some days. Anywho, back to whatever we were talking about. Oh yeah. Okay. So you've got your manifesting board. You've got your size options. You could do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
You collect your what do you recommend most for people who are not, I shouldn't say searching for inspiration, but like we like to have like quotes and photos and items, you know, whatever. Where's your best source for finding that?
Honestly, what I do every year is I Google or I Pinterest. Some people really prefer actual photos, so they'll go on Instagram and like whatever you feel drawn to that you want to bring in. And we're not trying to shame anybody for what they want every year. You do whatever you want. Sorry. You want big changes in your life for all different ways of your life, body, mind, go for it. This is your board. No one's going to bash you. Yeah. This board also can be private. You don't have to tell anybody about it.
Totally. I love that.
Show it. Like it can be so personal. Like I have behind me, I've got my vision board that is the taller one that has like pictures and quotes and stuff like that. And then I have my smaller board, which is all different colors of Post-its that has like direct, like you are going to take this course. You are going to do this. You're going to do this. So, having both of those as visual aids is super helpful for me. And then when something, I've talked about this before on our manifest episode, but on the Post-it board, when things have happened, then I take that off and I put it in the envelope that says manifestations that have come true. So just so that way I can go through that envelope and be like, oh my God, I did all of this. This is crazy.
Right? I love that. They say that like for our mental health, it is good to have like, I don't know if it's like for people in general or like people with ADHD or whatever,
Mhm.
whatever, but like to literally have something and be able to strike it out. So that is your like your metaphysical form of
Yeah,
striking it out is like taking it off, filing it away, and then celebrating
totally.
that
Yeah,
later, right? So
exactly. Making the time to actually reflect on everything you just did.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry if it's a
Yeah,
little loud. There's people in my house that are awake because this is
that's
early for us.
okay.
So anywho,
Oh yeah, I
that's
guess it is early for
wonderful.
you.
Well, ish. I
Mhm.
don't know. What time is it here? 9:38.
And it's 3:38 my time.
Nice.
It's in the
Um,
afternoon. That's why she's having wine and I'm having iced tea.
I know, right? Having wine, I said a cup of tea, and my cup of tea, I put it in my Saskatoon, Canada.
Oh,
I thought it said Saskatchewan on it, but it doesn't. It just has a moose.
Saskatoon,
Mhm.
Canada.
Saskatoon, Canada. Yeah.
What are things that you would put on your board, or what are things I want to ask you, what have you, if you were to look at your board from this past year, what
Yeah.
are things that you have put out there that you have been able to accomplish?
You know, I know it's going to take some deep reflection, I think, to find like what I actually, what I had on my board, because I didn't make a board this year because I knew this was a big year. I didn't like commit to doing like the whole,
Yeah.
board physically thing. But I think it was like my wishes for this year. Obviously, it was to move, it was to actually move to Ireland. So, I mean, even though
Yeah.
that physically has taken place, it's still like
Yeah.
logistically, there's still some bits and bobs that are still like tying me to Canada, which is great, but also
Absolutely.
frustrating because I'm like, kind of just can't work. I'm just doing my
Just
thing in the
chilling.
evening sometimes, so
When you can. So if
when
anyone's needing help from
when I
Jessica, she'll take you
can.
on.
Exactly. Yes. We won't do a business plug, but y'all, if you want
Probably
to
could
know, you
though.
just follow me up.
Just
Um,
message Jessica and she'll tell
exactly.
you what she's doing.
Exactly. But yeah, so like something like that, like obviously, like I said, it's come true. Like it was,
Yeah.
again, that doubt was in my brain for so long. Like, are we actually gonna move? Like, or are we doing all of this prep? All of like we're selling all of our shit. Are we, putting our like are we actually moving? I don't want to,
Yeah.
and I think that's like one of my own like personal fears is like going through all of this kind of work and then have it to fail. Because nobody likes to fail, and I didn't want to be like, oh, I'll be home in like a month. Right. Like, I think that was my worst fear is like, oh, it didn't work out, or we couldn't get there, or,
Yeah.
we were turned away. Again, those are like my own demons that I live with. And that's like still, again, until I have like a piece of paper, like my little visa, I'm
Yeah.
just visiting family. That's all I can really commit
Just a
to saying.
tourist. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
that's fair.
yeah. So until that's my biggest thing that has partially come true anyways. What else is
Fair.
on my list here? Anything on your list that you remember
Yeah.
offhand?
Well, what I was just doing is I remembered. So February,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. I don't know. I just found it actually because I just thought of it right now. February 2nd. No, February 22nd of 2022, I made a wish card.
Oh.
So I was like, wait a minute, I have that somewhere. And so there was a bunch of different things that I just wrote down. And like looking at them, I'm just like, oh, that's funny, Brittany. That's so funny.
It's so funny.
There's a couple things that I can't say on here.
I was gonna say, I'm like, can I say something? But oh, I shouldn't.
Well, no, I'll say the one that for sure. But there's two that I was like, oh my god, that happened. But there's a couple that involve some pretty specific people in there, and I can't say that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, no. As much as I want to be like, pop the champagne because this came
Totally.
true.
Well, there's two really good things that had come through, and sorry, I'm just trying to move things around here. Oh, I'm turning things
Okay,
off.
you're fine.
Okay, so where are we here? Was it on anything else?
I don't know. I couldn't hear
Actually
you.
on that board. I don't know if that was on that board. Sorry.
That's okay. That's fine. No,
But
totally.
on my wish court words.
Mhm. Yeah.
Words of the had today. But yes, okay. On my
Yes.
wish card, there was a couple things that did happen. I had said I wish to find my perfect home in May 2022.
And you did.
I found it in
Wait.
April.
In April.
April. Yeah.
Good.
So I was like, oh my god. So
That's great.
that's awesome. That worked. And then I have is there anything else on there?
If that's all you can share, then that's fine.
No, I can share the other one.
No, it's
I can
okay.
share the other one. No, I don't want to. Because it was something that it's funny, before this wish card was in February. And then I spent the summer manifesting. because I was a part of this awesome tour with my boss, and she, the whole thing was called the Manifest Tour. Yeah. And every event that we were at, you would manifest 2 things that you want to do, or like you want to happen, whatever. And every card, I would write it down. And one of the things on my wish card was manifesting comes easy to me. So I feel using that and then using what I wrote down actually came true.
Yeah.
And so in end of July, I think that's when we found out that we're pregnant. So we're having a baby.
You're having a baby.
Yeah. And so on my wish card, I was like, I want to be pregnant. And then I looked down, it's like, I want to be pregnant with triplets. I'm like, you can barely handle one in your belly right now. Stop.
You wanted triplets in your belly?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
One and done. Let's just do it.
One and all. And okay.
All of the done.
Good for you. That's great. You know what? If that's the way it goes, it is the way it goes. Obviously, you're not having triplets.
No, I'm just having one, and we found out it's a little baby boy.
A little baby boy.
So he will be here in April of this coming year. So
I can't now actually believe it. Oh my God.
I know. This is just one more reason for you to come home, Jessica.
I know. So we can stop hiding your pregnancy now and talk about it. And talk about what I'm always drinking wine and Brittany's not always drinking wine.
She's always drinking iced tea.
And like can barely get out of bed, and like some solo episodes because Brittany has been so like tired.
So sick.
It's so
sick. Man.
So that's why
anyone who's been pregnant, like, damn, did I ever get the short end of the stick? Because everything not so awesome to happen during pregnancy, I've got, which is fine. Like, it's fine because he's fine. It's fine. But holy F, I have struggled so much, and I've had to miss a lot of work because of that, which has been so frustrating for myself because I love my work. I love the people I work with. And and that's also why I'm in a robe today.
I love it.
I can't put anything else on because otherwise I will feel nauseous and get sick.
I get this. You know, when you need like, I can't have anything on my chest, otherwise I'll just start throwing up, or even like tightness on your belly. Oh girl, I get it. Yeah. I also
do I even want to do maternity clothes? Like, I don't want I don't want anything to touch my tongue.
Totally. I get that.
All right, go ahead.
I was gonna say I like almost dressed up for you guys today. I mean, like, the hair's not up, but I literally threw on some mascara. I don't know, like an hour or 2 ago or whatever.
Fancy.
I put mascara on and I brushed my eyebrows out. I don't know. They kind of look funny right now, but you know, and then all of our clothes are dirty because our dryer broke.
Perfect.
What in iron? What?
And it's raining, so you can't put anything else to dry.
So we have like a large hamper and a little hamper
that you typically have. Like when you were here, I was like, oh.
A week and a half ago, we went down to the laundromat, did it all at the laundromat.
Oh,
same fucking thing. Anyway, so I've got
that must make life easier if you can just bring it to the laundromat. And
but it's time and it's money spent too, right? It was probably about €50, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you're like dealing with like twos and ones. I mean, little euro coins. Anyways, so all of our shit is wet because I washed it, not knowing we had a broken dryer. And I'm like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it running? So that sucks. Anyways, and then Ryan went down there and they were like, it was an hour wait because you know there's only like 8 machines that are dryers. Like, it's big, but it's not that big, you know. We'd still be waiting anyways. So so I wore my husband's sweater instead, and I do believe Newcastle's playing tonight. I could be wrong, but anyways,
I think you're right. I think that
go Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly.
Go sports. Needed a sweater.
Shoot the scores.
Get the points. Hit the net. Yes. So anyways, okay. I know there was our little segue in the middle of our episode. Okay, so now back on track because I feel like we need to let's do that. How?
Well, let's talk about what other things. Yeah. What's on your list?
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to talk about like how to create such list as well. So in my like research, I found like of making like a SMART plan. So SMART, which is an anagram for it's an anagram. And a name of things. So S stands for specific.
It's a name for things.
So like SMART, S for specific, M for measurable, A achievable, are relevance and time bound. So breaking into
Mm.
that specific, we want to go with, what is our goal? We want to, in that time, we want to ask, what is our goal? Basically the W's and the H, right? Who, what, when, where, why, and how, right? So we want to figure out, okay, like, and this could be a spiritual goal, or it could be like, I always say, people think that we don't just talk about witch shit here. Like, we talk about all the things. So I feel like your goal for 2023 is like body self-love, then fuck yeah, go for it. Jamie, this will help with that. Like, it's all about it. Exactly. So like, be specific with what you want, right? So, and kind of write out your journey is how you're going to get there. What are you going to need to achieve it? So what do you want? How are you going to implement it? Who's going to be involved in this decision? Where are these sources going to come from? All of that. So making sure that you have like a goal, an actual goal that's going to treat you well. The next one would be measurable. So of course, it's hard to measure happiness in terms of, right? Like, I mean, how do you measure happiness outside of that? One of my goals, I think, for this next year is phone screen time, because like TikTok and Instagram and all the things, and like I play a farm game.
It's so much fun to dissociate into your device.
It totally is, but it is like, okay, if I want to spend like 5% less, because on iPhones anyways, you get your like report. My measurability will be like, okay, on Sundays I get my report, I want to see like a decrease, or I want to spend like X amount of hours a day on the phone. Because reality is everything's on the phone, everything's on electronics, listening to podcasts or whatever. But like, time spent looking at my phone, I really want to limit that, because I don't know what I'm at right now. I'm between 4 and 6 hours, which maybe I don't even know if that's where I'm at. I could be more than that. I don't even know, but capping it at like 4.5, I want to try and see if I can just like,
that's fair,
fill that time with something else. So anyway, so that'll be my terms of measurability, is like that Sunday check-ins.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. But that's just how I plan on measuring. But other terms of measurement, again, you could do like journaling, you could do like feelings journals.
Sorry, I don't mean to jump. The girls, my dogs keep growling right beside me, because now they've decided, let's play right beside me. Nice. And like, all I can vision, it's like Honey's teeth like biting the ball that I'm sitting on, and just like flashing from the video. Like,
exactly. Right.
Like,
it's okay.
Man,
it's all good. No, it's all good. I was just thinking like in terms of measuring, your success in that. Outside of like journaling, I mean, for some people numbers matter. So yes, it could be a scale thing, or like a tape measure. Do you know what I mean? If you're concerned about body image or shape,
if
or
that's what,
I mean?
If that's what your goal is.
That's what your goal is. Yeah.
But speaking of that, I saw this awesome video the other day that was just like, like there's you're going to have those moments where you're tempted to change the body you're in, but that body has survived with you through all of your trauma in your life into this point. It's carried you through the darkest shit in the last couple of years. It's there every day. And if you want to change it, you can change it. But that body is still going to be there in its natural form. It just might look a little different.
Yeah. And so I think that like that comes down to my next term of like measuring like your one-on-one time with yourself. Do you know what I mean? And that could be like, I want to say reflecting, but like appreciate yourself daily. Do you know what I mean? Whether that comes down to like, 5 additional minutes of self-care, or, or whatever it turns out to be. It's like, okay, like I was able to give that myself, my extra 5-20 minutes. I don't know what it is daily for like the last week. Like, fuck yeah. I was able to, give myself that extra cup of coffee or whatever, right? Reward yourself. So anyways, see what that looks out for you. But so that's measurability. I know that that's like a screwed one, because it's like, I don't know, some things just can't be measured, but a checklist of sorts. Brittany, did you freeze? Brittany froze, I think. Brittany froze. We're just gonna keep on vamping. You froze. Oh, hi there.
I apparently didn't even press record last time, so that's why.
Oh. That's so funny. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So
I was like, why didn't I get like the thing? I was like, oh, it's because you're stupid.
because you shared,
Come
at least
on.
somebody was recording. It doesn't matter.
All
One
the
and better
precious
than
info
none.
gone to waste. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you were finishing off, I believe you were still on measurements.
Measurements, oh, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna recap it because it's gonna be right there. But
No,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if it's measurable, that'd be great. Find a term or
Yeah.
like delegate a way to measure it, right? Your own way is
Totally.
best. So yes. Let's move on to A.
Yay.
Achievability. So
Ah.
yeah, with achievability, it's like this is like building out the roadmap of like, okay, so how am I going to get there? Okay, realistically, pigs can't fly. I cannot, do things like that, right? But okay, like, that's the biggest thing is this how are we going to set out the path? So whether it's like courses, what you like this? Remember that in our first episode where I'm like, I don't know what I did. I'm like, oh, it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm a pro now, guys.
Or Ryan's headphones that were like completely broken.
I know, right? Anyways, yes. So achievability or achievable. Is it achievable? How? Obviously I think all of our goals are achievable. We can get whatever we want, but it is like, okay, as much as we can just manifest by writing down what we want and just putting it aside, looking at it every day, until we start moving the motion, we can't, that it only helps us, right? By not staying stagnant and like purposely moving forward. So maybe looking into courses or talking to people of like minds. This is a really good chance for you to kind of, I guess, like, what are you going to do? This kind of ties into the next one, which is relevance. But in our achievability, it is like, let's build out a roadmap. So for some people, which I really like, is if if we're staying in more tune with our bodies, and for this thing, or for this like example, it would be like going through your Instagram followers and unfollowing people who are going to put you into that negative space of like, feeling like you're not enough, right? And that could be in the terms of the physical, or in like, again, it for me in metaphysical gifts, if it's gonna arise the little green monster of jealousy, or again, that inadequacy that we just kind of like, we don't seek out, but is like available for us to view, right? So like, it's a good time to clear out your Facebook friends if that's where that comes, or if it's Instagram followers, or if it's anything like that too. I mean,
well, you can always just mute them too.
Exactly.
You don't have to necessarily unfollow them, because if they're a close friend, you're like, I love you, but I
totally
can't handle you right
but
now.
exactly,
I'm just gonna
right?
mute the posts, mute the stories, and then no one's feelings are hurt.
Exactly. So it would be a good time to kind of, okay, like realistically, what is, how are we going to change our mindset? So it's just kind of setting out the path for that. So so I mean, I know that shit's not easy sometimes, but you're right, like you can snooze people if it's but again, and we're not going to measure ourselves against other people, but it is like, there's nothing worse.
We're human, we can't help but to compare.
There's been instances with like certain people in my life where they've been going through struggle. So out of, compassion for them, they've reached out to me saying, hey, can you unfollow this person because this is how I'm feeling about it, or for this reason. And obviously that might sound extreme to some people, but for the circumstance that it was in, it was like, yes, totally. Yep. Didn't realize I was following them. Didn't realize what they stood for, for whatever it is, and that could be for a myriad of reasons, but it is like, now's a good chance. And
you have to be careful with that too. Like you have to take that into consideration, that of why that person is upset that you're following them.
Yes.
Is it going to complicate things in your relationship? Like it's one of those things that's kind of tricky. That's
totally. That was a weird example because it is so specific, but it is like, obviously me and this friend are very close, and I understood what she was going through at the time, and
absolutely,
I was like, yeah, totally, like I get that, whereas some other people may not be as forgiving. But then it is part of your journey, maybe in your in your achievability, is accepting other people believing such things too, right? And that could be like, again, it's comes down to your beliefs, their beliefs, and their actions versus yours too, right? So
that's right.
Moving on from achievability, we're going on to relevance. And this one's a really good chance to like reflect and meditate. This is what I'm looking forward to in my list, is like, okay, what relevance does losing 20 pounds literally have on my life? Do you know what I mean? Or what relevance does X provide? Is it actually going to better my life? How is it going to better my life? Now's a good time to put yourself at the end, or at that, at the finish line, at, having it already achieved it. Where does that, like, is it?
Well, that's actually how you manifest, is literally imagine yourself already having done that.
Totally.
How are you feeling? What are the feelings that you want at the end? And if it's not something that you're like, well, I'll just want more, you're like, okay, well,
will it ever be enough then, right? Exactly. Right. It's a very, so this is a good chance to kind of reflect on what you've.
Jessica, we have to pause for a second.
Yes. Like, actually, okay, 1 second. Record again. Okay, cool beans. We were talking about
reflecting on how you're feeling when you
I'm not done my like little smart spiel yet, but anyways.
No, that's good.
So relevance, again, like making sure that what we actually choose to attain is going to bring in the good in our life and not additional stressors, or if the reason we want our goal is for true purpose. Do you know what I mean? We're not belittling ourselves for the purpose of gain, right? So it's like,
and you're not doing that for somebody else. You're doing it actually for you.
Exactly. Right. So this is a good time before we like kick things into gear. It's something that you want for yourself and not because of outside sources are pressuring you to do so. And that again, that comes down to so many things. I know, I think majority of our listeners are women. So we get a lot of different pressure.
I think majority. We do know that, Anthony Kerrigan.
Yes.
Listens.
I would. Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
I can think of a couple males.
Our brother does.
Sup,
Matthew? Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Hey, Maddie.
Matthew's so cute. He's just like, sometimes I miss Jessica, so I just like to listen to the podcast so I can hear both of you guys talk, and then it's just like being in the room with you. And I was like, oh, you're so.
We should have him on and just like have a little sibling chat. Even though I don't know what. Well, fuck it. We should do it one of these days. Yeah. New year, new stuff. We'll put him on the list. He can be our special guest.
Yeah. Just when you think Matthew doesn't have this like sensitive side, that he pulls out that, and I'm like,
my God,
what?
He's so funny.
Brother?
He could also just fucking call me, but he just call
me. I know, because I'm just like, I FaceTime Jessica like 7 days a week, right? And he's like, well, yeah. I'm like, why don't you FaceTime her? He's like, yeah, I will one day. Like
I would fucking answer. Exactly. Like I do answer my phone, like literally, especially these days where nothing to do. Anywho,
well, that's it.
Back to it.
Going back to
relevance and boys.
Talking about the males, the females, the majority.
I'm just saying,
majority of women
understand the other pressures that are placed on women. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I don't understand because I'm not a man or identify as a man. I don't understand the pressures in that sense, right? So again, it's the things that I want for myself are coming from myself and not because of external pressures. Anywho. Yes. Yeah. So then the last one is time bound. So again, some of our goals may need, even though this is for my new, our next year, 2023, 12 months, 365 days, is it something that can be achieved within that time period? Or is it something that could be achievable much sooner, right? Or could be much longer, right? So if it's like, okay, this course that I want to take runs January to April, right? So if I could do it this session, or do I have to wait till next? It is one of those things. Like, how long do I want to manifest or keep it on my manifestation board? Again, this is just to kind of get your time commitment together. And it could be like, I want to join the fall session or whatever, right? Or if I want to, again, lose X amount of weight in this amount of time safely, healthily, blah, 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 or healthily, or like have a baby,
That's right.
I need this much time to conceive, hopefully. And then I need this much time to gestate.
Except for you, you're just like pregnant.
Oh, I want to be pregnant. Yeah, let's go. Pregnant. Let's go have pregnant.
Oh, we're pregnant. Okay,
we're pregnant. Oh, Steve's pregnant. Yeah, exactly.
Jessica has been with all of her cards for as long as forever. Jessica's always had the mothering card where like babies are just coming in hot. They're waiting on the other side, being like, "We're coming. We're coming."
I know. Yeah, I actually, I haven't had my cards pulled in so long. You should do a card pull for me one of these days, because
I can do that any day. I can do that today.
We should do that today, because like I haven't had the mother card in like months, which is okay, right? Like I'm
And
not
I
ready for
always
that.
pull it for you. That's what
Always.
Yeah.
But
I'd be curious
like
to see what it says.
yeah. My okay, but again, going back to my episode
Yeah.
with Uncle Ian, we will get back to what we're chatting about. You know us. We'll get back to it. But yeah, I've had 3 separate mediums tell me about twins and twin
Yeah.
boys, a bunch of boys or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and we're ready for more kids. I don't even know. Ryan's like, no. I'm like,
have them here. Have them here.
no.
But that's me being selfish. That's me being selfish.
No,
being like,
totally.
"Come
I
home,
believe me. I'm
please."
like, Ryan, but I think we have to have more kids.
Yeah, you
Let's
do.
see.
We have
I
to be.
know.
You have to be in Saskatoon to do them, so we can
To do
have all
them.
of our kids
Yeah,
run all over Grandma and Grandpa's house.
I know. It's
Yes.
so great. Honestly,
It brings them
cousins
so
are the
much joy.
best. Cousins are
And
the
we have
best.
a lot of amazing cousins. Like,
Oh,
holy
totally.
shit, we are
the
so fucking
best.
lucky in the cousin
Like,
department.
Oh my god, we are so we are like, and
We
all
are
of
so
our family
lucky.
who's listening, I hope you listen, and I love
Yeah.
you all.
Oh, we know you are.
We know you are. But like seriously, like we come from such like especially like the Chiz side. I love the Binsfeld
Oh,
side. I
man.
love the Binsfeld
Yeah, I
side
love
with
the
all my
Binsfelds,
heart.
too. Yeah.
But the Chiz side, because we're on like the younger side, we're like the party animals of
Yeah.
we like to bring the party.
Yeah. We are
To the
and,
weddings,
like,
we'll bring
it's
the wine
wild
and
to-
be the
oh,
most drunk
God.
people there.
Yeah, like we shouldn't be allowed.
We shouldn't be allowed at weddings. Not on that side anymore.
We will be there to turn up. We will
Exactly.
create the stories. I'm surprised
But yes,
that we even got away with stuff that we did.
I know.
But no,
But
we
anyways,
were very lucky with our
cousins are
cousins
so good.
having like
Yeah.
a set when we were younger, and then meeting a different set that we didn't get to be close with when we were younger, when we were older, and
Yeah.
then coming together with
It's
all
like,
of them.
oh, it's been so good. I think people come into your life for that exact reason. And I think like right now it's been really great because our kids have cousins here, right? Like we've
Yeah.
got
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
we've got, so many little kids, and like Maria has her little buddy Theo who's 3 months
Yeah.
younger, and they are going to be thick as thieves when they get older because they are
Mhm.
like trouble combined. It's so great. And Colin
Yeah.
just loves all of them. He
Yeah.
just wants hugs from his older cousins all the time. So it's so great.
That's it. Exactly.
Anywho, yes, don't worry. Our kids will be friends. For those who
If
are
you- if
concerned,
you-
they'll be besties.
They have no choice.
They will
But
have
that
no
also
choice.
means Jessica has to move back to Canada to have the babies.
Or Britt and Annie will have to move to Ireland when this baby is
That's probably
up
not
and
going to
ready.
happen though.
You never know. Never
I'll come
know.
visit though. I'll pack them up
Yeah.
and we'll all go there together.
Exactly. Well, if it sounds like I'm coming back for a couple months anyways, we're gonna pull like
Maybe I'll be
your
pregnant.
boss and her sister. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I shouldn't name names, but your boss and her sissy are
Jess
like
and Jennifer. We are.
Jess and
If you're
Jennifer.
listening, and then we
I
know
wasn't
that you
gonna.
are.
exactly
Oh,
like
shit.
they're like dream
Jess.
goals. And then, but you think about it, and then there's Bryce. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
literally us,
that's
just
true.
like 10 years older. That's it.
It's
You
true.
know, their kids
10
are
years older. Don't tell us, Jess.
I'm sorry,
She's
but
only 7 years older than me.
but she's 10 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said it, right? Because I'm 31 and she's 41. Yes, because she had her 40th last year. Yeah. So I said it. It's accurate. I'm sorry, Jen. You're like you're like my age. She's
okay.
okay. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Everything is fine. Everything.
Yes. So, anyways, now that we finished our
Cousins.
smart plan, SMART.
babies. Yes, and
And
that means
babies.
that we'll be pulling a card for Jessica, and she may or may not post it on the page when she gets her reveal.
Totally. Yeah, I
So
love
we'll
that. We'll
see.
chat. We'll do that. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do it
Yeah,
whenever
a little
you're up. Whenever you have the energy for it, I would love it.
Mhm. Totally.
Yeah. So now that we've kind of like built out our plan,
Yes.
manifesting our goals,
Yeah.
we have done this obviously in a few different varieties of ways, whereas like you've done like your board itself, and having it available for you to look at. We've also done the more metaphysical way, which is like
Mhm.
my bay leaves. I'm like writing up that
Yeah.
of all the
That's it.
things.
Yeah.
And again, like in my like research, because I fucking do this all the time, right? Writing out all the things I want to release into the new year
Yes.
on bay leaves.
Exactly.
Hear me
Every
out.
time you say that, I hear Bailey's, and I'm just like
On
Baileys.
Bailey's, on bay leaves.
Yes. The leaves of bay.
and then the leaves of bay. So I'll do that. I'll say that. And then all of the things I want to manifest on like a piece of paper. And I'm going to keep them separately for a good reason here. So I am
Yeah.
going to, all the shit I want to release, I am going to write it all out once I have all of my leaves of bay ready.
Mhm.
I'm going to light a black candle
Ooh.
to rid all the things. And before I do anything, lit the candle, I'm going to read off all of the shit that I want to dispel, that I want to get rid of before I move into this new year. And I'm going to burn that shit. So I'm going to burn it into the black candle, and I'm going to do this in a fire safe container or like a compostable thing. I'd really like a rock with like a what did you say?
I don't remember.
I thought you said carpet, and I was like,
fire
pit.
pit.
Fire pit makes much more sense than carpet. I was like, girl, that's pretty flammable.
So go to your living room and go on the carpet.
And go on the
burn your shit.
Burn your shit in your living room. It's an in-house manifestation time.
And it's a reminder visually that you burnt the stuff every day. No.
It's like happens. I don't know. My asthma is flaring up. That's hilarious. A reminder of all the shit you're gonna get rid of this year. That hole in your carpet.
Oh God.
Anyway.
It would be a visual daily reminder.
Yes, always
never do.
Yes, don't be stupid with fire. Always, right?
Yeah, please don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
We are not responsible for your stupid shit.
We're not responsible for your stupid shit. So yeah, reading off all the shit you want to do, like dispel and get out of your life, and then burning it and letting like everything kind of become ash. Let the candle completely burn or whatever it is. Get, and then you can either return that back to the earth, you can take it outside, bury it, you can put it in your fire pit, you can literally put it in the garbage. Some people say they burn the leaves of bay and then they like muddle them together with like other spices to make it a little stronger. So you could do like cinnamon or whatever, just to like create a stronger spell. And then from that, again, return it to the earth or whatever. Some people like myself, where I'm like, I'm just gonna burn that shit, like burn it, not forget it, but I'm gonna burn it. Watch it burn, responsibly put it out, or responsibly discard of this stuff.
We can't stress that enough.
Exactly. Don't do stupid shit with fire. I just don't want to have one of those like, well, I listened to these girls on the podcast.
No, we take zero responsibility. If you're done with fire, you're done with fire. On your own.
Exactly. But yes, so now onto the manifesting side, again, writing all the things that you want on like a nice like piece of paper or multiple pieces of paper. So they of course, my people, they say use like a clear quartz as well. So while you've got all of your list of your things that you want in, you're holding your clear quartz as kind of like a way to like, not a talisman, to like, again, to allow that all the good stuff to come in. Light a white candle. And same thing, not same thing, but like light the candle, read out all of your things that you want to bring into your life. You're not going to burn anything, but you are going to let the candle burn itself. So let it completely burn. Once it's all done, place that crystal, that clear quartz, and you're going to put it like right on top of your manifestation notes. Keep it somewhere close, or put it somewhere where you're going to be visually looking at it all the time. So
perfect. I like it.
Yeah.
We want to know what your plans are for New Year's. Since this comes out on New Year's Eve, send us DMs, put in the comments, whatever you want to do for like, what are you going to do this New Year's Eve to celebrate a brand new year?
Totally. We should put it on our post as well. We'll like put a post on our Instagram because we'll share what we want obviously on that post as well. But a tip for manifesting is to write as if you've already attained it or have already had it. So if you're a smoker and you want to stop smoking, that you don't smoke. You're not a smoker. Or
you just say, it feels so good not having to crave smokes anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Is this something that it's already a matter of fact, it's already done in your daily life. You're already at the finish line. Your mental health you feel amazing. You feel on top of the world. You have that promotion at work. You have zeros and zeros and zeros of dollars and lots of money in your account, or whatever it is.
Don't we all want those endless zeros in our account with a number in front of them?
Exactly. Number 0000000. Yeah, exactly. Like a number between 1 and 9. Number between 1 and 9, and then a whole bunch of zeros.
A lot of zeros. Yeah.
Not just lots of zeros. No. Yeah, we don't like.
You don't got time for zeros in 2023. We're gonna make everyone
live it up,
feeling good in their bank account. Every time you look at your bank account, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm so happy."
Exactly.
So happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. What do you say?
So, I didn't say wait.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Are you done?
No. Go for it.
Okay. I think I'm done actually. I was gonna say when it comes down to yeah, reflecting on what you've done. There is like we should do like a check-in point. You know, we talked about like our
Okay.
time boundness or whatever, our relevancy and all that. At when a new moon arises, like when you're, you know, new moon comes every month or whatever, that could be your kind of like check-in point to see how you're doing and if you need to assess your road situation, right? Or if like, oh, it's been 3 months of me wanting to do X, and you know, okay, maybe now's the time. I still want this, but maybe we have to revise our plan. That's okay, guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. Again, failure. People are always afraid of failure, but it's not. It's just, you know, the next attempt. You know, is that's all we're doing. So yeah. So use the
what
new
if it was
moons
like
as a
a
refresh.
quarterly thing too?
Totally, exactly. Yeah, new moons are every month, but you can do every whenever. You can do that whenever. You don't have to do it on a new moon, right? But it's making yourself more accountable. And you know, maybe that is, some people, we don't want to set it and forget it. We want to make sure that it is something that's the forefront of our brain. If it matters to you, you will make the time. You have to make the time, right? This is
That's
all
why those
about you.
manifestations are worth putting effort into, being like, yeah, everyone wants $1 million.
Exactly.
Everyone would love to win the lottery, but did you actually buy a ticket?
Yeah, exactly. So,
or like, did you do anything to work hard enough to get it?
Well, exactly. Yeah. Like you can't just wish for X without doing anything else. Right. So, I also was going to say, so obviously we've got our, like our roadmap situation, revise it as often as you like. New moons are great for doing that kind of stuff. But it's also really, I think, really important to share your goals with others around you, to get people of like-mindedness in the same room as you. Put yourself in those situations where you're going to get that support, because that is, I mean, we're fortunate to have so many people around us, and people are only talking about themselves and what they want more in every capacity. So let's ride that coattail. Let's really make the most of it. You know, again, that could be mental health, it could be business related, it could be whatever, but talk about it. Why can't we have a support circle? Why can't we, you know, seek out, not counseling, but advisements,
like a support group?
Exactly. Right. But I mean, if you want like somebody to advise you on this, then why can't we start that conversation anyway? So maybe that's a challenge to put out to yourself, is, you know, see what you can do to, you know, get them in the right room, or get your support circle together. So
I like it.
Yes. I think I shouldn't say that's on my notes, because you know us, we could talk forever about this kind of stuff, but yes.
But then we wouldn't have much to talk in our future episodes.
I know, exactly.
Just kidding. We'll always find one.
I know.
But yes. So I think we should read a card. A card, our final pull for the collective for this year.
Oh, the sea. Sorry about my mic. I keep touching it. Oh, my hip is so.
I chose a deck that I don't know if I've actually did it at all on this podcast, or if it's been a million years. It's been 28 episodes for sure. So I chose my messages from my guides one, which was my first deck that I've ever had.
Yeah.
The coolest thing about that is the author James Van Praagh, or Praagh, whatever. He is actually the I don't want to mess this up. Give me a second.
That's okay.
Oh no, we're
just gonna shuffle, so I'm gonna mute, but
no, I like to talk, so I'm gonna just keep on talking. Where are we here? My goodness. Oh yes, sorry. He was the creator and producer of Ghost Whisperer. So if anyone that's ever liked Ghost Whisperer when it was airing, he created it. So I'm not surprised that he would for sure have his own deck afterwards, but here we are.
I love that. So, that's great. Ghost Whisperer is amazing. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt is Hewitt is awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I follow her on Instagram now. So I was like, I need to know more about you. So I chose the card, or they chose the card for me. Like attracts like.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
So it's kind of going on our theme of this episode of like manifesting, bringing what's meant for you. So basically, you're the creator of your reality. It may seem like straightforward advice, but life on this earth plane is filled with fear in its many guises. So the law of attraction tells you that whatever energy you focus your awareness on, that energy you will manifest. If you want love and joy in your life, you must expect love and joy in your life. If you were to live by this basic truth, you will learn to be mindful of your daily life choices and their consequences. So, yeah, it says if this card appears, be on the lookout for an event that may cause stress, may create stress, sorry.
Okay.
Consciously acknowledge it and then focus on solutions that turn that energy into a positive outcome.
Boom. Love that.
Yeah.
How can we spin it? How can we get that energy on our side?
Manifestation.
I pulled from a different deck today because I felt like, because usually I do my animals, which I love, but this one I was being called to. This is the Oracle of the Roses.
Oh, sweet.
This is by Sherilyn Darcy. I love this
Nice.
deck. It's beautiful. So it's all roses and it's like super pretty on the sides here. It's like effer.
I like it.
So pretty.
Very pretty.
So I pulled the Seeker. So this is a modern, what is it called? The Modern Garden Rose. So when you pull the Seeker, this card or this plant represents improvement, identity, freedom, motivation, and discovery. So kind of just like looking at the card, okay, so this card is, again, sorry, this is how I read. If you're wondering, I get all like, and I just kind of spew. So it's a very big roses, and then this specific one has like multiple rows inside. So I'm reading this as like a chapter kind of thing. So I think it's about seeing the road ahead, and like we always talk about steps, and like the first step and the next step, and after that. So I think it's like, in order to get our big goal to be complete, we have to kind of fill in the storyline.
I like it.
Exactly. So I think it is a matter of, okay, so I want X, or I always say X. Why don't we go with Z? Because Z's the last letter, Y, X, you know what I mean? So we're at A, how do we get to Z? So it is like, okay, how do we fill in those chapters? What do those chapters look like? Again, manifesting is all about like seeing the end goal, but sometimes it's accomplishing those mini goals inside the grander scale that'll kind of help bring everything into tuition or into fruition. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm feeling there. Is like, this is a big rose. Sometimes there's a big plan ahead and it can be overwhelming. But
that makes sense too for going into the new year. It's a blank slate. Like a new chapter all over again. And now you have to fill in all the sub chapters.
Exactly. One petal at a time would be what I would say. One
stair up the staircase.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's all I'm getting from that one. Do you want me to pull an animal card too, or should we just leave it at that? Kind of cool, whatever.
What do you feel?
I mean, I have it here, so it'll only take a minute.
Then do it. It wouldn't be the same without an animal card.
Without a bottle. Okay. Sorry. Let's do a quick shuffle here too.
Anyone listening, they're like, God, no, oh my God, this again.
They're like, but you're still there. You're still here, guys.
You're waiting anxiously for that animal card.
Exactly. Thank you for being a friend. Okay. I dropped my deck, like not in like a, oh, that's the card way. Like half of it went on the floor.
Like 52 pickup or whatever. Like cards.
Exactly. There's like 72 cards. Oh my God. I'm just gonna mute myself because this could be a little noise.
So Jessica, I'll just describe everything for you, everybody. Jessica's just awful.
It's all good. I still have a cold from like 2 months ago, and it's like my air capacity.
And that's okay.
Excuse me. So let's have a look-see.
Like, spirit, come on through.
Yeah. A camel. Okay. I've never seen the camel card before in my life. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Super pumped.
I don't know if I have that even in here. So
I probably have. Well, I would probably have it on mine. But anyways.
I do actually.
A camel. Ooh. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself. I like that. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is a self-reliant and is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. So when in balance, we're calm, content, sparkle in the eye. When we're out of balance, we're dehydrated, lacks vitality, and to bring into balance, pilgrimage.
Okay.
I
So I
don't know.
just checked my book as well to go
Yeah,
along with it. And it
please.
basically says the road may be difficult and you won't have a lot of support, yet you must take it with the complete trust that you have everything you need within you and that you will succeed. You have a lot more energy and durability for the task ahead than you think you do.
I think that's so great because you do think of
I like that.
camels as being like
Resourceful.
and they work, they're very hard workers. I mean,
And
that
they like they're
yeah.
durable. Like that, I shouldn't say they are durable, but they are. Like they
are.
last
they last a
for
long time.
long trips with
But, like,
what you think they wouldn't
yeah.
have as much energy as shit, but they do.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think that was good. I'm glad that I read that card. Because again,
Yeah,
it
me
is
too.
like it's the long journey, but I think the good things take time. I know that's such
Well,
a
that's the
stupid
thing. The good things
but
are worth working for too.
yeah, exactly. The
I
things that'll
love
mean the
it.
most to you, the relevant things that are actually worth your time and energy
Mhm.
are worth the effort. So
Legit.
yes. So that is
Sweet.
our like little 2022
That's it. That's
into
it
the
for this year, guys.
23. Cheers to you, Brittany. Thank you for a great year.
Yes, this has been
Congratulations on
awesome.
your baby.
Thank you very
And,
much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm so proud of us this year. This has been so
Yeah, we
good.
did it. So
I love you.
Stay tuned for all the fun things in the new year. I love you too.
Yeah.
And then
you can find us
next-
on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, Basic
Mhm.
Banter for Witches. And then you can
Yes.
email us at basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com. So yeah,
Okay, thanks, guys.
signing off for the
We'll
last
see you
time
in
of
the next
2022.
We'll see you next year.
See you next year. Love you guys.
Bye.
Enjoy your
Bye.
day. Bye.
Yay.